to an exhalation of divine breath. The creation hymn from the V.A.V. Take it as an example. 3 millennia ago. The non-existent was not. The existent was not at that time. The atmosphere was not, nor the heavens, which are beyond. What was concealed? Where? In whose protection? Was it water? An unfathomable abyss. There was neither death nor immortality then. There was not distinction of day or night. That alone breathed, windless, by its own power. Other than that, there was not anything. Darkness was hidden by darkness in the beginning. All this was an indistinguishable sea. That which becomes, that which was enveloped by the void, that alone was born through the power of heat. Upon that desire arose in the beginning. This was the first discharge of thought. Sages discovered this link of the existent to the non-existent, having searched in the heart with wisdom. Their line of vision, V.A.V. Their line of vision was extended across what was below, what was above. There were impregnators. There were powers, inherent power below, impulses above. Who knows truly? Knows. V.A.V. Who here will declare whence it arose? Whence this creation? The gods are subsequent to the creation of this. Who then knows whence it has come into being? Whence this creation has come into being, whether it was made or not? He is the highest heaven. He in the highest heaven is its surveyor. Surely he knows. Or perhaps he knows not. The Rig Veda, vision, Vide, formed. My own Welsh fathers, in their shared Celtic heritage, also shared this old Indo-European word. And understand, I'm not speaking just of linguistics here. Because what is a word? A breath of divine thought. A breath of human experience. And when the word speaks of something more than the exterior, but the interior, we should understand it as an evidence of human life's experience of itself. We experience both seen and unseen worlds. And so those old Celtic forefathers had their own use of this word. Vide. Vit. Vit was a seer. Dru. Vit. A word in Latin interpreted by the Romans as druid. Druvit. Deru, another old Indo-European word. It meant strong, steadfast. The druvid was the steadfast seer, the knowing one. Likened to the ancient sacred oak, head raised up into the skies, roots sinking to unimaginable depths of the earth. enduring longer than the memory of any single generation of women and men. We know little or nothing about these Druids, but perhaps in the divine breath of the Rig Veda, we can catch an image of what it was that their seers saw. We can catch perhaps a common experiential thread of vision. We, of course, recognize that shamans appear in almost all primitive cultures. And, of course, we also realize that one of the signal characteristics of a developed culture, such as our own, as well, we know there are no such thing as shamans, wizards. Oh, we have scientists, philosophers, primitive people. They have shamans, medicine men. They believe in wizards. Mircea Eliade, the great and late Romanian mythologist and once professor at the University of Chicago, wrote a key work called Shamanism, Archaic Techniques of Ecstasy. And in this tour de force, he investigated the primitive experience of the shaman, the reality, the history of shamanism. It appears that in ancient, primitive cultures, these individuals were seen as connected to forces, seen and unseen, light and dark, above and below. They were the center pole that connected dual realities. Through them, others could find connection and guidance and help on their own earthly journey. Shamans were, in the study of Eliade of Central Asian shamanism, called in two fashions. They were often hereditary shamans. They were children of a lineage. But it was also recognized that occasionally a being, an individual, would be spontaneously called to the path of shaman. Eliade summarizes the path of initiation as shaman as including a period of what might be called an illness, a creative illness, a period of descent into the nether unseen worlds. After this illness, this calling, shall we say, this descent, there was usually a period of initiation into techniques of shamanism. Techniques, archaic techniques, he calls them, of ecstasy. Ekstasis, the Greek word, standing outside of oneself, mad. That's what an ecstasy was, a madness. It was also seen in later Greek literature as a leaving of the soul from the body, a stepping out. But the wizard is not a shaman. The word wizard enters our language in the Middle Ages. Our specific English language adopts the word in the late Middle Ages. And when the wizard appears by that name in our history, he appears with a highly differentiated character. He is a reflection, perhaps a perfect mirror image of a 1,000-year-long process of differentiation in the Western consciousness. If we were to look back across 2 millennia to the undoing of shamanism in the West, we might see the beginning of that end in Christianity itself. In the birth and development of the Western Christian vision,